Good evening, good evening, good evening. Today is December the 15th. We have 10 days until Christmas. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Shayana B podcast show. We will be airing weekly, twice a week. I thank you guys. Today we have a guest speaker. We have James here with us. We're talking about keeping the bond strong with communication. Today is December the 15th. It is the 15th episode. Yay! Thank you guys to all the listeners who have been writing me, saying how this show helps you guys out in your relationship. I'm glad to be able to put my input. I think that I have failed enough at love and I have won enough to be able to give my experiences. Today we're also drinking on the 19 Crimes Cali Red by Snoop Dogg. When I tell you guys this is, how do you like the wine, James?
I love it.
Oh, yes. I have Snoop Dogg. I have turned someone on. I know there's a lot going on with the Snoop Dogg situation. I will elaborate on that towards the end. Right now, though, Snoop, that's my boy. This is delicious. I think. So what we're going to talk about today, keeping the bond strong with communication. And I think this topic is a good topic because so many relationships are finding themselves at a slope. And so many bonds start out at an amicable stage that once things start arising in situations, it's like an uproar. This is not what I was given in the beginning. You must love someone else. Someone else must be in the situation or the picture. Why is things changing between us? And all the time, that is not the case. Communication is very important in relationships. Sex is very important in relationships. Understanding is very important in relationships. Meeting your partner halfway is very important in relationships. And we must always remember that we're not in it to be against one another. And if you're feeling it, express it so that it can be corrected. It's unfair to be in a relationship and shut down. Even if you want out, express that I love you. I'm no longer in love. This is no longer feeding my soul. As much as it hurt, maybe we need to just take a break and try to date again. Or maybe this is just the end for me, but communicate. Because to just shut down and not will only cause you to also have a mental blockage where you're not able to figure out what your next move will be for us in the relationship. And I don't think no one really wants that. I know I wouldn't. What you think, James?
Right. I mean, communication is a major key in the relationship. Understanding is a major key in a relationship. Sex is a major key in a relationship. Loving for the person. Gotta have love for the person in order for the relationship to work. You know what I mean? And
don't allow your feelings to dissipate because of little issues, minor issues as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's no perfect relationship. It's gonna be issues. And teamwork make the dream work, as we all say and can agree with. You know what I'm saying? But it takes two to make it work. 100% on each side, not no 75-25, not no 50-50. Both sides got to be 100% in it to win it.
You want your relationship to be indestructible. You don't want it to be where anything can come between you. And I think sometimes we're so bullheaded and we're so stubborn in the midst of our relationships because we don't want the other person to feel as if they have one up, or we don't want to feel like we're too vulnerable or weak to our significant other or our partner. So we kind of put this wall up and we kind of block what really does not have to be blocked. Love is beautiful. Love is beautiful. I know me myself. For a long time, I gave all of me in situations that I was in. I gave all of me because I wanted all of who I was with. And I had to learn that everyone is not on the same page as you mentally or when it comes to expectations romantically and intimately. And in order to prevent hurt, I had to dissipate from those situations. I had to come to a clear understanding with self that you must stop and reevaluate what it is you are doing to consistently get yourself in this situation of turmoil and hurt. You can't blame others. You must reevaluate you. You communicated, but you didn't communicate key factors, what needed to be communicated. I communicated after the act. And I'm a firm believer that if you have to apologize, the damage is already done. Right. They can forgive you because we should forgive. You know, we have a forgiving God. We should forgive. Right. But the act is already done. So by the time I have been apologized to, I'm distraught because things has just been done that I would have never done to you. And so I'm at a place or a road where I'm just like, how could you? How could you? I would have never, no matter how hard it got, nobody could have broke my bond with you. My loyalty is everything. Everything you need me to be in this relationship, I am your porn star, your secretary, your prayer partner, your accountant, your CPA, your motivation, your encouraging partner, your cook, your masseuse, everything. How could you do me like this? Especially, it got to the point where I was just like, I agree. I kind of understood Cardi B when she said, you got me tripping. You got me looking in the mirror different, thinking I'm flawed because you inconsistent. And I think a lot of women were able to relate to that. So a lot of men be like, why y'all cling to Cardi B? It's not the sex appeal. If you listen to her words, and a lot of her song, I know her WAP song had a lot of people over it, but I think she just wanted to come with something else edgy that she felt a lot of women wanted to be able to agree to.
Right.
And so I think that's a lot of women go through that. A lot of women, when hurt, no matter how beautiful you are on the outside, no matter how many times those people tell you you're beautiful. I am one, I must admit, there's a lot of guys, even females, who hit on me and try to talk to me and, you know, come on to me. But I'm the type of person, when I'm into someone, I don't see nobody but them. It's a gift and a curse, you ask me, because I be stuck and wallow when things start going south. It affects me in a different way. I start shutting down. And once I start shutting down and I start moving back from the situation, it kind of like hard pulling me back because I've been hurt so many times. I've given people so multiple tries, and I just made up my mind that I'm tired of giving people tries when I'm not going to do it to you. Anybody who have ever hurt me first. My loyalty is everything to me. My loyalty is everything, but at the same time, my pride is big as well. So to embarrass me or to make another woman feel that they mean more to you or just equal amount of love that you give me, you giving them, I'd rather just walk out the picture. I'd rather just step back and now let you deal with your 20. Because I know for a fact I'm an 80. And that's just it. Like honestly, it's hard to find loyalty and love today. So many people can be stuck to you, and the next opportunity seems better, they'll leave. I've had many occasions where there's a better opportunity financially or a better opportunity to do things that I've been desired to do. But if I love someone, that doesn't even mean anything to me, because now guess what? I'm going to get on my grind, and I'm going to grind harder, and I'm going to motivate my partner harder so that we can come to a place where we're able to do the same thing. I'm not impressed. And loyalty sometimes can put you in situations. I think I communicate when hurt when I should have previously communicated beforehand. What you think?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you another key thing. We gotta realize it's growth in the relationship, and growth as a person.
Growth.
Because as we grow, as we get older, as adults, we tend to mature a whole lot more than what we was in the beginning.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? And we gotta learn how to adapt to our mate's growth too. They're not gonna be the same person they was from day one. If y'all planning on growing as a couple, you gotta learn how to adapt to their growth as a human being too. So
yes, and you have to also, if you were hurt and you guys work through that hurt, leave that hurt
in the past
at that conversation when y'all talked about it and when y'all did it. Because if you pick it up and put it back in your pocket just because you want to have leverage later, you're still damaging the relationship.
Yeah.
You're still damaging the relationship.
Potholes in that road.
It's going to be everything that person do. You're going to be finding a way to be able to try to do what you want to do and throw this situation up. Remember this? Yes, they remember. You remember. But didn't you supposed to leave that 5 conversations ago? Now you guys are having a disagreement about taking out the trash, and you're bringing up this sad tale that you guys are supposed to have moved forward from. If you know that you are not capable of moving forward without being reminded of the hurt, no matter how much that other person wants you to stay, leave until you completely heal. Even if it's not a breakup, even if it's just a separation, or even if it's just leave and go to the next room.
Right.
Until you guys get back on one accord. But it's selfish to taunt people with situations that you guys have attempted to work through. So, James, let me ask you. Communication. Have you ever had a relationship that just you feel like if things was communicated better, if things would have went better?
Yeah. Yeah. A whole lot better. And I had somewhere. I done had somewhere. Yeah. Even with communication, you'll understand that it may come a time where y'all do grow apart and can't be with one another. The understanding is there, but the communication leads to you going in a different direction than your mate, or your mate going in a different direction. I mean, that comes again with growth in the person.
Drifting.
And relationship.
I think as we grow, because I'm not the same person I was at 22. James not the same person he was at 22. You're not the same person you are at 22, listeners. If you are 22, you're not the same person you were at 17. Life every year gives us different experiences.
And
I think a lot of people look at me and they feel like, oh, well, this is this is this. It took a lot for me to become the woman I am. This heart has had a lot of distress, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. These eyes have cried tears to the point of burning, till they burn. You know, when you just can't cry no more, you still hurt, you become numb. And I said to myself that I would never allow myself to stoop so low to where I lose me trying to love them. Never again in my life will I play that same harmonica. They're going to have to meet me halfway. I deserve that halfway partner. I deserve to be treated with the same respect that I give. Everyone is not going to move in their life, whether it's financially, intimately, romantically. You're not going to move at the same pace. Sometimes your partner may mature a bit faster than you will. But if they're still willing to bond and still clench to you to try to reunite and make it one, then you deserve that person that's going to fight for you. That's the thing. A lot of people have lost that fight. They don't want to fight no more. Society have made it with so many women, and I'm not dissing no one who's, if you feel like you want to go and get body work done to put you in this image, the baddest chicks out there are getting cheated on. Do you hear me? It has to be in that person to not want to cross their significant other. I put up a post on Instagram, and you guys follow us on Instagram, Shayana B Podcast Show on Instagram. I just posted and I stated that if hurting me don't hurt you, don't tell me you love me. And that's true. Because when you really love someone and you see that you've done something to hurt them, it hurts you. You then quickly redirect what is going on to fix what it is you have damaged. You know, I think men have been from generations seeing where things that their grandpas and uncles and older cousins, and as they said, the OGs have done. They cheat, go home, auntie, granny, big cuz, girl, they don't leave. We have come to a day, but and they don't cheat. But we'll come to a time where these women are leaving. They're getting them someone just as fast as you got you someone. And it's like a tick for tat now.
Right.
It has become a tick for tat. Instead of focusing on redirecting our men's thoughts and let them know what you're doing is hurting me before you lose me. And then it's just too much out there. So many sexual disease out here now that, you know, you're scared to hug someone. We've got COVID. You can't even stand in nobody's face to talk no more.
Right.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And I just think we must keep our bond strong.
I'm gonna tell you another thing though. As men, we gotta understand, you know, it's a lot of females out here that had their heart broken or been broken and stuff like that. And if you was to run into one, no, you can't categorize them as crazy or not understanding. You gotta understand where they're coming from, where they done had several relationships where their significant other done either beat them mentally, physically, cheated on them, now is the case. Is you willing to have patience for healing?
I agree. The same as some men have went with those women that have cheated, taken them for granted, tried to walk over them, and they became numb to it or immune to the point where they have this blockage. So when they try to move on, that wall causes problems in their current situation. And their attachment still to the previous situation can linger a hurt that even though they eventually let go of the situation, it still affects until you come to the point where you resolve the issue and come to terms that we're going to leave the past in the past. When done enough hurt, it's time to close that chapter and move towards a happier ever after. And understand this: every happy ever after didn't have a happy beginning.
Right.
Every happy ever after did not have a happy beginning. That's just period.
Right.
That's just period. I know I have did my times of crying, honey.
You gotta crawl before you walk.
Yes. Don't did my cry no more. I know I can't sing. Listen, I have did my share of crying. If I don't cry again for 7 years, I have cried enough. And I think with me, before I allow someone to pull me back in that space, I will completely remove myself. Cheyenne is not with it. That is not me no more. I'm focusing on my goals and my businesses and my kids and my mental health and getting this master's. That's my focus. Not being on one doormat for whenever someone else not striking their ego, they're looking for their ego to be struck.
Right.
No, we're not striking egos no more. Definitely not striking your ego. I don't care. Nick, that, patty, wet, get a dog a bone. I don't care if you never come home. You do not have to come this way. I don't care. Before you make a fool out of me, you just me making a fool out of you.
I'm out the door.
I'm out the door. So what do you want to sum it up with?
I mean, it's been a very good conversation. Though. During this quarantine time, this is the best time to communicate with your significant other. You know what I'm saying? So, just learn how to understand and communicate.
So
express your feelings.
Express your feelings.
In a respectful way.
In a respectful way. Now, I'm going to say this before we stop the talk. What you feel about the Snoop Dogg and Shante situation?
I'm not really up to date on it. What happened?
Oh, okay. He's checking up for his Kelly rapper.
For real.
Okay, so I love Snoop. Now. Ain't nothing but another Tupac. I love Snoop. Murder was the case that they gave. And listen, but his side chick wrote Shante, came out in the open publicly that her and Snoop are still having an affair, so Shante has left. Now everyone knows for years Shante and Snoop has had a rocky on and off relationship.
Right.
And I think that it was totally disrespectful for...
It was disrespectful. I ain't no thinking to it.
Yes. For that lady, I'm going to keep her name off the show, for her to go to Shante so boldly was completely inappropriate and out of line.
Yeah, but that,
it was done in a malicious way as well, because you was not trying to come to her woman to woman. Don't let this Barbara and Shirley song, hello, can I speak to Barbara? Listen.
It's a lot of his fault too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because if a man's doing what he's supposed to do, there shouldn't be no female inboxing.
Yeah, I get that.
Significant other, but you gotta understand, there's some dirty people out here in this world, man. And it's tit for tat.
Okay, so my thing is, I'm not saying that Snoop Dogg was correct. I'm a woman. I don't like to share. You understand? I think I'm like, what his name? The rapper, is it PD? It's at the tip of my tongue, you guys. I listen to him all the time. How could I not be getting his name right? He say, "I'm selfish. I want you all to myself. I swear." PD Rock. It's at the tip of my tongue. I'm not saying the PD part right correctly, but I'm selfish. I don't want to share mine either. But after 20 years of marriage, and for his side chick to come out and say they are having an affair and their drug usage. Oh, she came out with everything. She was opening the Pandora box. She was opening the closet and the skeletons out. You understand? And her name's Selena. She's been known around the industry. She did an interview earlier this week letting people know that her and Snoop did a lot of hookup. He was taking on shopping sprees. He was giving her money, and
my thing is,
he kicked her to the curb. And so her anger,
that's why she coming up,
caused her to leave all this information on the front porch for the public to see.
Right.
And I think it kind of really hurt Shante. And for those who are not following Snoop White Shante, her name is BossLady_ENT on Instagram. And Shante posted, "You ever watch somebody you love turn into somebody you don't know?" And her caption was, "Where did we go wrong?" It hurts a woman. Oh, just reading that put chills on me. The chills are going through me. Do you understand?
Is there really an answer for that?
Yes. Somewhere we went wrong. Let's retract our steps. Me as a woman right here is where you had me fucked up. But let's just retrace. I think for these industry men, it take a strong. I have so much respect for LeBron James. I truly do. I have so much respect for him. It's more than him. Don't get me wrong, but he stands out, and I'm gonna elaborate on my respect. His respect for his wife and his children and his family, when he can this is where you gain my respect. When you can and you don't. You understand?
Right.
That means you choose me. You choose us. When you can and you don't. See, that's how I am. I can and I won't. That's what you show. It's you that I'm choosing. Even in the midst of our misunderstanding, disagreements, all of it, the slope of hard time when we come back up, I still choose you. Right. You don't see him. When have you ever heard about LeBron with a side chick? Never. He speaks highly of his wife and his kids and his family. He's a family man. He's very oriented, family oriented, and I respect it.
Right.
I think cheating and lack of communication just takes you just down a road nobody really wants to go. Because I don't care what nobody says. I feel like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett is still going through the ups and downs behind this, what was just brought to surface.
I think lack of communication comes. Cheating comes with a lack of communication.
Yeah, because I think when Jada made the mistake that she made or made the decision that she made, I think it comes from, if you look at different interviews and stuff with her and Will years back, if you look at her face, I think both of them were stars, well-known stars, but Will Smith was the big thing, you know. And I think that as much attention he wanted, she didn't want that much. She just wanted that when she's on stage, when the camera's on her attention. But at home, I think she wanted a different setting. You know, she's very smart, very down, very into life and earth and things of that sort. And I think she wanted a peace. And I think Will, looking at his interview, he craved something different. And I think that it would have been thoroughly communicated to a point of understanding instead of sweeping things under the rug, I think a lot of things wouldn't go haywire. I think their kids start reflecting the energy that was going on behind the scenes.
Right.
And I adore Jada, and I think Will is very talented, but I think there was a lack of communication in that equation as well. So basically what we're saying is keep that bond of communication open, because even if you guys decide to separate, you still can be friends. And if you don't communicate, it leave a person to feel like you didn't think nothing of me. You didn't even think enough of me to even express what could have been changed.
I'm going to tell you another thing. That's the reason why, from my point of view, if somebody was to cheat on me and we break up, don't come to me and ask me, do I want to know the reason why? Because I'm going to tell you no. Because you should have told me the reason why before you cheated on me. Now, if you would have told me the reason why before you cheated on me,
then you wouldn't have got cheated on.
And then I didn't correct whatever it was that bothered you, and then you cheated on me, then I can understand. But if you cheated on me, I don't even want to know why.
So, have you ever cheated, James?
I have.
Did you tell that person? Did you tell that person previously, before you cheated, what was wrong?
No.
So that was kind of contradictory, huh?
I mean, I was young though.
Oh, okay. How old was you, James?
Maybe at 20.
Oh, late 20s. Okay. Yeah. That is a tough time, huh? Cheating sometimes is a mistake. I had to learn that.
It is.
And sometimes it's the timing. Yeah. Sometimes when you're frustrated with your significant other or you're hurt and the right situation come along, a person will slip. That's why I kind of shed off to myself. I kind of like just move away from everyone so that I won't be in a vulnerable state in a situation that I don't want to be in until I sort out what it is going on within me. That's why I kind of like get busy. I disappear and get busy. And I just want to say, like, you guys, keep the communication open. That's going to be a wrap for our show tonight. We will have another show. I will have another show later this week. You guys, that was a topic that one of the listeners wanted me to elaborate on. Keep those topics coming. We will have another episode later this week. Thank you for tuning in to Cheyana's B podcast. You can also follow me at Cheyana B on YouTube. Again, on YouTube, you can follow me as well. My name is Cheyana B on YouTube, and you guys have an awesome day.